But this is the cycle we find ourselves in. First law of Trumpodynamics. Every action is met with a very not equal overreaction.
These pardons are sick. They are offensive. They are un-American.
This is one of the most egregious, despicable acts in American history.
This is textbook authoritarian takeover 101.
I knew I should have taken that class. And not majored in submissive liberal crying 101. Oh. Is it an abuse of pardon power? I don't know. But that is his constitutional power. Again, for some reason, we have given presidents the power of a king. And then we say, oh, by the way, with that power, you're not going to get all like kingly and shit on us, right?
Oh my gosh. So let me get this straight. Trump uses a presidential power that's literally written into the Constitution, and suddenly we're supposed to call it authoritarian takeover? Seriously? What a freaking joke. Here we have Jon Stewart exposing the left's nonstop Trump hysteria as he questions why every presidential action is suddenly being labeled a purge, authoritarian, or fascist simply because Donald Trump is the one doing it. What a damn joke. Take a look.
The return to 1600 Trumpylvania Avenue was as disorienting and chaotic as I imagined. But then we had a weekend. Serenity now. And we can finally catch our breath, begin to move forward with intentionality. Namaste.
Friday night massacre.
Late Friday night purge.
A chilling purge.
The purge.
Ah! Trump has ushered in the purge! I, for one, will take full advantage. Although, just in case I'm misinterpreting, what is this purge about exactly?
Breaking news, the mass firing of government agency watchdogs.
Trump fired at least 17 inspectors general.
No! He got rid of 17 inspectors general. That only leaves no one knows how many that. I have no idea. What Trump did violated the law. He can't just fire these people.
Title V, Section 403 of the U.S. Code, federal law, an inspector general may be removed by the president.
What? So what's the purge? What's the Why do I have an axe?
There is a specific law that requires notice, 30 days, and a statement of reasons, substantive and detailed rationale.
What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, apparently you can fire them, but you have to give them 30 days notice. Oh, so that's what we're upset about? No! You can do it, but not in that font! That's Hitler's font! Look, we are facing a deluge of these executive actions, and certainly we must be prepared for those most vulnerable to the consequences of these actions. But the "this is all fascist" argument has become almost a reflex for the left.
Donald Trump promised to be a dictator on day one, and he's carried that forward through the entire week.
5 days into this administration, the abuse is already rampant.
On a fascism scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being peak fascism, how would you rate Trump's first week?
Scale of Mussolini to the Holocaust. I would say it's not fascism. Do I not understand what fascism is? Republicans control the House, the Senate, the executive, and the judiciary. And just about every move that has been made till this point, we have granted them electorally. It's our f***ing fault. And the constant drum, yeah, it's just our fault. And the constant drumbeat of encroaching fascism will erode the credibility we will need if, hopefully if, and not when, it hits. But the truth is that for now, his most objectionable actions have taken place almost entirely within our designed democratic system. There was no authoritarian end run, no royal edicts. This shit happened to us as designed.
You're absolutely right, it happened by design. Isn't it interesting that after all the fascism talk, Stewart basically admits this isn't actual fascism? I mean, we won the House, we won the Senate, and the presidency through fair elections. So what exactly are these dimwits calling a dictatorship here, huh? I mean, we actually wanted this outcome. I've never in my life seen so much slander over a loss. What a bunch of crybabies.
So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
I literally could go on all day, and yet you talk to Trump voters and they'll go, he didn't say that. Wait, now I didn't hear him. And then you say, well, here's the quote, and then they'll go, he didn't mean that.
The elite is going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
I'm mystified in some ways. Who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out.
I think this is a big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. But you have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now has could potentially have a direct line to the Oval.
What a bunch of damn babies. Look, cry me a river, row a boat, and get over it. Trump is a fascist? Seriously? Based on what exactly? Because he used presidential powers you don't like? That's your argument, huh? Come on already. These people see Trump sign an executive order and suddenly it's Mussolini 2.0. They hear the word pardon and start screaming authoritarian takeover. What a freaking joke. Look, you can hate Trump. You can disagree with every decision he makes. That's your right. But how about we stop pretending every political decision we don't like is fascism? Trump won the election. He's president. He's using powers that exist within the office. And apparently that's enough to send these people completely over the edge. What a joke. Look, I genuinely don't think some of these people understand what fascism actually means. I really don't. Do you? Because if everything Trump does is fascism, then what the hell isn't fascism anymore? Seriously, you can't just slap that label on every decision you disagree with and pretend you've made some brilliant political argument. Fascism isn't simply, hey, president did something I don't like, idiot. That's not how this works. But apparently, we're supposed to believe that using constitutional authority automatically makes someone a fascist. What a freaking joke. And here's the damn problem. When you constantly scream fascism over everything, you completely destroy the credibility of the word. Then when something genuinely authoritarian happens, people aren't going to take you idiots seriously because you spent years crying wolf. So maybe, just maybe, learn what the damn word means before throwing it around every 5 minutes. And honestly, this is the part that really, and I mean really gets me. Look, when a political comedian like Jon Stewart is making more sense than some of the supposedly serious mainstream media, now that's a freaking problem. Shouldn't journalists be the ones asking these questions? Shouldn't they be the ones saying, hold on, is this actually fascism? Or are we exaggerating? But no, instead we get non-stop panic, purge, dictator, fascist, authoritarian, everything in the damn book. But then Stewart comes along and basically says, wait a minute, the guy was elected and he's operating within the system. Well, yeah, exactly. What a concept, huh? So when the comedian is showing more skepticism than the people whose job is supposedly to report the news, you have to ask yourself, what the heck happened to objective journalism? Oh my gosh. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.